Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And Millennial Mike is so awesome. He knows that I'm a basketball fan, former season ticket holder to the Golden State Warriors. So he has gone out and found a video about Kyrie Irving and his salary and how much he makes. So I look forward to kind of breaking this down.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, just Kyrie Irving's a really, really good basketball player who plays for the Brooklyn Nets. And somebody on TikTok broke down that this guy makes $36 million in his contract, but how much does he actually make after all the taxes that the 1% have to pay get taken out? So I just want to have Mike watch it, react to it, tell us what he thinks about it. Mike, are you ready?
I am, yep.
Kyrie Irving makes $36.9 million a year playing for the Brooklyn Nets. This is what that looks like after taxes. Gross annual income, $36,934,550. Federal income tax, $13,623,947. State income tax, $4,024,994. FICA, $875,276. Estimated average jock tax, $1,108,037. Local tax, $1,431,148. Total tax, $21,063,402. Net income, $15,871,149. In total, Kyrie Irving will pay an estimated amount of 57% towards income taxes.
All right, Mike. So do you think 57% of your income, regardless of how high it is, do you think 57% is fair? Is the 1% still not paying their fair share?
I'm shocked.
It
hurts 57%.
Real estate, Kyrie.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Geez, get some depreciation or whatever. Yeah. So I guess there's a couple things I want to talk about. So first and foremost, making $36 million a year playing a game is pretty awesome. And that's just his salary. I'm sure he has endorsements and all of those other things. So, for the people watching this, don't feel bad for Kyrie. He's still making, he's still netting $1 million a year. But I want to talk about the notion that the 1% don't pay their fair share. So I don't know about the country, but I know California. And this is important in California because the 1% are leaving in greater numbers. The 1% pays collectively over 50% of the taxes in California. Think about that. 1% pays over 50% of total tax collection.
Jeez.
And then when you look at that and realize that these individuals have, dare I say, the most options, they might be the people that move to Vegas. They might be the people that move to Texas or Florida or Tennessee, states where we won't pay 13.9% state income tax. And guess what happened during the pandemic? A lot of those 1% left. So what's going to happen, because these 1% are paying such a large portion, is the middle class taxes are going to go up. You can't lose 30% of the 1% and make that up without raising taxes. So first and foremost, I think paying 57% total taxes is gross, but it's not unheard of. There was a time where the top tax bracket was 90%. Think about that, 90%.
Jeez.
But I do have to, especially at the state and city level, you have to be really careful. If you're a state or a city and you institute and you raise taxes like San Francisco did on the 1%, they leave. And then you're left with nothing. And you have a city that's falling apart like San Francisco. Same with the state of California. They talked about raising taxes on the 1% again. And at some point, people break and they move. This is what's happening in New York. They're just leaving. This is what happens in Chicago. They're leaving. When you basically declare a war on someone, eventually they leave. And, all of them won't leave, of course. But when you lose 30% of them, government doesn't stop spending. And what is going to happen, and already happening in California, is tax receipts for 2022 are down, and they're going to raise taxes. It's coming. So, kind of be careful what you wish for would be my advice.
Yeah, a couple of years back in Seattle, a real controversial thing happened, surprisingly. The city of Seattle decided they wanted to do a head tax for all companies that had more than 500 employees. And so Amazon, with their 48,000 employees, was going to be taxed at $500 per person. And they sat there looking at, I can't remember what the number was, millions, hundreds of millions, or whatever it was going to be. And they said, screw it. we'll just move across the water to Bellevue. We'll drive 15 minutes and get the heck out of here. And at that time, they were even looking in like New York and all these other places because they were like, we're not going to deal with this. And they did. They decided to stop production on one of their new office buildings and start production 15 minutes away in Bellevue. So before the advice, of course, the politicians who are watching us on this channel right now, Mike, for those politicians out there, before you get so greedy or so short-sighted, yeah, people will just leave. I live in Washington where there's no income tax. Thank God. I'll never move to a state where there's income tax. I just won't do it. I'm going to Florida. That's it.
I like it. Yeah. And again, you have to, federal income tax is one thing because everybody pays it. It kind of hits everybody at the same level. But when you have state or local decisions, people leave. And we live in a world where mobile working is increasing. It's just a bad idea. And especially if you're going to attack the 1%. Like, think about San Francisco. They instituted, I think 2021, it might have been even 2020, an extra tax on tech companies. Basically, they said, hey, if your CEO makes, I don't know, 100 times more than the average employee, we're going to hit you with this extra tax. Well, guess what? Tech companies left, and now Market Street is decimated, and restaurants and coffee shops are closing because there's no tech workers. San Francisco, you brought it on yourself.
You reap what you sow. All right, Mike, those were all the videos we had to react to. So as always, the viewers, myself, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. And yeah, any final thoughts?
It amazes me that you're willing to do this work for one rental at a time. I appreciate you each and every week, every video you do. Thank you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, just Instagram, YouTube, Google, Millennial Mike. And we usually talk about out-of-state real estate investing on my channel. So you'll find me there.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.